And hello, X-Men fans, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for today's episode of Marvel's X-Men 97 Season 2, Episode 5. But before I begin, gotta say, where's our trailer, Marvel? I will continue saying this until Marvel releases the Doomsday trailer, which is next week, so yeah, prepare. Anyway, we're here to talk about X-Men 97, Episode 5, Season 2, Episode 5. Simple episode, nothing super major happened, nothing, oh my god, like, oh, I can't wait for next week's episode to happen. But a lot of key little things did happen here that kind of helps our very favorite Savage Boy Wolverine become who he is and who we know he is. So if you guys remember last week's episode, there was an after credit. If you guys didn't get to see the after credit, the spoiler is that the after credit is where we see Wolverine on a rooftop waiting for somebody. Find out that he is waiting for Captain America and Black Widow. They gave him a folder that has Weapon X's program on it. That's where he got his adamantium from. And Wolverine has to go and try to find a way to get the adamantium back into his body because he needs it. Why? Because with Apocalypse being out there, the power of the adamantium can help him. And that's basically this episode. You see this episode, Wolverine forms a team of that consists of himself, Lady Deathstrike, Maverick, and of course Morph. And then all of them, they end up going to this facility. And by the way, all these members, they all have adamantium in them. And of course Sabretooth. I forgot about Sabretooth. Sabretooth is also in this episode. They all go in together to try to help Wolverine get back his adamantium because he feels kind of empty without his adamantium. He doesn't feel completely whole without his adamantium, so they all end up going to this lab to try to find a way to get the adamantium. However, they are met with some trials, if you will. There's supposedly some aliens coming out, and they can mutate by taking the form or taking over the bodies of the person they take over. And this episode kind of plays like an Alien episode from Alien or an Alien movie, where it's in a secluded area and these creatures, they are aliens obviously, and they're attacking in the shadows, and we get to see all of them pretty much have to deal with that. And you know, they all don't get along with each other anyway, and then another person pops up and gives them more trouble. Freaking Omega Red is pretty much in this laboratory locked up, sealed, because the Russians were trying to make Omega Red and make their own super soldier. So there you go, if you want to know who Omega Red is. Awesome X-Men villain. Love him. He's great. Can't wait to see him in live action one day. So this episode, we get to see the team fight these aliens, creatures, and it was just a fun little episode. I wouldn't say throwaway episode. It was more of just a little fun little side episode. It wasn't anything super major, but it was interesting to see that Wolverine feels the way he feels without having his adamantium. You know, he kind of feels a little let down. He feels less of himself, you know. So that was kind of cool to see all that. And I dug that. Seeing him, the banter between him and Sabretooth, and Morph calling it a bad relationship. That was fun. Morph transforming into Deadpool, the Thing, and Spider-Man, and Cyclops as well. To try, because Wolverine got at one point got mutated into one of those creatures, mutated into him, into his body, and used his bone claws and caused trouble for the team. So I thought that was some cool stuff. And then of course, the very end of the episode, we get to see Wolverine get his adamantium back by them trapping him in adamantium, because the scientists apparently try to use adamantium to fuse with these aliens. And let's just say adamantium and these aliens don't mix well. So that was pretty much the cure to get Wolverine back to being normal, and he's able to get his adamantium back, and all things are forgiven. Now, if you don't remember why Wolverine doesn't have his adamantium, it's because Magneto ripped it out of his body in last season, and pretty much just like in the comics. So he had to go back, find a way to get the adamantium, if there was any adamantium left. So he's got it back. He's back to being full Wolverine again, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen next. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about episode 5. Did you guys get a chance to watch it, not watch it, whatever it is? Leave me a comment below. Let me know. Stay tuned for more, and thank you very much, and have a good day.